Hi, I'm Angie and you're watching Dontae's Boxing Nation. Dontae's Boxing Nation, Dontae's Boxing Nation.
Dontae's Boxing Nation. I'm over here with my man Fred Hawthorne. What's going on, man?
How you doing, man?
Yeah, boy, you on the street tonight. we out here watching. We just finished watching Chavez versus FONFARA. You called it, man. You looked over to me. You said FONFARA's gonna win this fight. Well, you didn't say it that nicely, but you said he gonna beat the hell out of him.
Yeah, he's gonna win.
How did you know that, man? And what's your thoughts on the fight?
You know, when I went to the media day Thursday, I looked at FONFARA and you know how you know that you meet someone who knows their purpose. I looked at him and I instinctively believed he knew his purpose. But moreover than that, just getting down to the semantics of boxing. He's bigger, he's stronger, he's longer. Chavez is off for a year. And when the greatest fighter in Mexican history tells you not to take the fight, one, because he loves you, and two, because he knows FONFARA is instinctively a better fighter, you shouldn't take the fight. And I mean, Chavez has weight problems, but weight doesn't all the time correlate with power, you know. And he came in proud. I don't know what he came in tonight because I was here live, so I didn't get the TV feed. But 172 is not a good weight for him. I think he needs to go down in weight. If he wants to fight, he has to rededicate himself, you know. But when you have everything, he pulled up to the media and with a $400,000 Lamborghini, and he has a beautiful daughter. So I mean, he should rededicate. He has two options: rededicate himself or retire, because this showing is not good for him and his father. I know his father won't allow that, and it's almost appalling that he wouldn't take his dad's advice. Maybe he wants to be the prodigal son, you know, just leave home. But I was feeling bad for him, you know, and I knew he was gonna get this brakes beat. I knew he was gonna get the brakes beat off him, 100%. You know, and it came to fruition. Now, my heart feels bad for him, though.
I mean, but when you're supposed to be known for having heart, having bigger heart than everyone else, and you quit on a stool like that, how big of a blow is that to his reputation? Can he come back from something like that?
He can come back, but let's talk about the heart of a champion, the toughness of the Mexican culture. Like, when the last name Chavez walks into the ring, he's not fighting for himself, you know? I mean, he's fighting for a country and a nation. His dad has branded that name on toughness. You know, his dad came into the 12th round against Meldrick Taylor, knew he was down by 2 points. And he walked across that ring, and he had 8 seconds to go, and he did not give up, and he knocked Meldrick Taylor out and won the fight with, what, 6 seconds left in the fight? You know, and but the Chavez name, I mean, it's a historical name. Like, you expect toughness. You don't expect someone to quit on the stool with the last name of Chavez. You know, you expect him to go down swinging and fight, shoot your gun to the last bullet. Leaves
even been a Mexican warrior, not
being
even
a Mexican warrior,
not even just a Chavez name, you know.
I mean, Mexican fans are the greatest fans probably in the history of boxing, you know. And after the fight, when he sat on the stool, I would say about 300 beers. I mean, it was, but that was pretty wild. Yeah, that was pretty wild. That speaks to a couple of things. They expected more from him, and more importantly, they didn't expect him to quit. I mean, I'm going to reiterate it again. I can't say it enough. The Chavez last name has so much rank in the Mexican community, and not necessarily in the boxing community, but how much value it has. You know, how much they look upon themselves. Like, I'm willing to bet that when Chavez fought as a kid, when Dad took his little son to a boxing match, he saved up his money and wanted to go to a Chavez fight like my father wanted to see Michael Jordan play, or Reggie Jackson. You see what I'm saying? Or Dave Winfield. I was born in New York, so you know some father brought his father and his son tonight to the fight, proud of the Chavez last name, and he loses, he quits on his stool. So I mean, it speaks volumes about the lack of toughness Junior has, and it speaks volumes about the toughness that his father actually possesses. You know, and you know, it's just it's a sad day for the Mexican community in the shop. I mean, I feel bad because I picked him to lose, but I didn't. I mean, he basically quit. I mean, yeah. You can say the corner stopped it. He quit, you know, and I feel bad for him, but you know, it is what it is, man, and I feel bad. But I went 3-0 tonight, Dontae, which is 3-0. 3-0. 3-0. If you count Iman, I went 4-0, but I didn't think the scorecards were that big. I thought the fight was a little bit tougher, you know.
And we'll talk more about the Matthysse-Provodnikov fight next week's show.
Okay,
so we could go back and watch it.
Yeah, go back and watch it. Yeah,
we've been over here.
Yeah.
But you tell me what you think. I'm gonna tell you my thoughts, Fred. My thing with Julio Cesar Chavez is I think this proved that he was relying on his size advantage and his power in previous fights. All the flaws he had, his power made up for it.
Yeah.
But now he moved up to a higher weight class. He fought a dude who had the skill and was probably as strong as he is, if not bigger or stronger. Right? Is that kind of how you see it?
Yeah, he was. I mean, he was leaps and bounds, because when you see them in the ring on TV, you have a great angle at this. But when they rung the bell at round 1 and Chavez threw that haymaker, the size difference was so apparent. It was like 3 to 4 inches from my angle, maybe anywhere between 3 and 4 inches. Just a proven, bigger, stronger fighter. And
that right hand, I mean, I didn't know he had that much power until I seen the first right hand he threw.
Yeah.
I was like, oh wow, this is going to be an uphill battle for Chavez.
And Chavez had a bad game plan. You know, like, you don't lead with your head as you lead with your hands down. You know, and when you're leading with your hands, you don't complain to the referee that he's hugging you, because he doesn't want to get an incidental headbutt. He doesn't want the fight to get stopped before the 4th round. So I mean, it's just. Man, Chavez is, man, it's a sad day, man, for boxing, because what will his dad tell him Sunday morning? Like, how would what that comment say? Do he say I told you so, or do he say I love you? Yeah. Like, you know, like.
I could see him just sitting in the dressing room with his son, or to the hospital, wherever they going, just shaking his head. He probably ain't saying nothing. He just probably shaking his head, like saying inside, I told you, but he know he can't tell his son that, you know.
And 2, does he fire his management team? I mean, do he?
But it seems, I don't know. I mean,
does his dad step in and take more of a leadership position? You know, I mean, Chavez is a great guy, man. It was my first time actually interviewing Chavez along with you the other day, and I was like, wow, because he always had an interpreter, so I never knew how much personality he had, and how bubble he was, and how interactive he was. Man, Chavez Senior, excuse me, was a hell of an interview, was a hell of a man, and I absolutely enjoyed it. And the funny thing is, you know, like growing up, it was always that divide, you know, where you had the Mexican fighters root for the Mexican fighters, the black fighters root for the black fighters. So you had that divide, but now as I'm in the media, I'm growing to love all these fighters, man. I wish I could have covered Chavez, you know, man. Yeah. Man, that interview was very profound, and you have it on your channel, right?
Yeah, it's just great interview.
Great interview, man. And the breakdown he gave with Mayweather-Pacquiao. His heart goes with Pacquiao, but his brain goes with and if you take boxing fans, if you take Cesar Chavez advice, you go with your brain. He told his son not to fight his son, and his son didn't take his advice, and
he didn't. There you go. He didn't take his advice. And just off the topic real quick, just because you brought that up. I truly believe, Fred, a lot of fans, even the fans who hate Floyd Mayweather to death, they feel the same way about this fight, Mayweather versus Pacquiao. They feel their heart wants Manny Pacquiao to win, but their brain is telling them that Mayweather's going to win. I actually heard that. I interviewed a couple Manny Pacquiao fans. They said the exact same thing. They said, my heart wants Pacquiao to win, but my brain is telling me that Floyd Mayweather's going to win. So it was interesting he said that,
Yeah, which is, I mean, that's why Vegas is in business. That's why the lights stay on in Vegas. You know, you get passionate fans who, let's say Pacquiao, for example. You know, a lot of Filipino money is going into Vegas. You know, drop. Like it started at -275. Now it's at 175. So the Filipino money is coming in. Filipino money is coming in, and you have like, let's say fights people who don't have a chance. Like, you know, if Floyd Mayweather is fighting Marquez, he's gonna beat the hell out of Marquez, you know, but the odds are like 500 to 1. If I bet $100 on Marquez, I can get $500 back. Vegas is banking on you to believe that Marquez can win. And nationalism,
the hope business.
Yeah, the hope business. Yeah, the hope business.
Yeah.
Nationalism is great for boxing. You know, let's just be candid. It drives the sport along with its personalities, along with its talents, and it's our responsibility to tell the truth about boxing. You know, it's our responsibility to be unbiased and tell the truth. Although we make our predictions, we have to base it off of actual facts and strengths and weaknesses of fighters, not with our heart, because we wouldn't have a job if we say, oh, I'm going with this fighter because he's black, or I'm going with this fighter because he's Filipino. You just have to go with the fighter, or because he's Mexican, you just go with the better fighter, you know, and
separate your emotions from logic.
Yeah,
right.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I mean, if I use my emotions and if I make my decisions based off my emotions, then, you know, I would be in Vegas broke on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Tropicana asking you, can I have 33 cents, you know, so I can get a, you know, $1 at a time so I can get a buffet, you know, but it's not that easy. I have to protect my brand, which is my writing, and the integrity of the sport, is just be honest. I use the whole truth, you know.
Yeah, there you go.
And
that's what we specialize in. Because like I said, you know, a lot of fights, I may personally root for a certain guy, but if I know the other guy is better than him, when I do a prediction, I'm picking the other guy. It doesn't really matter if I like this dude or not. It's what makes sense, right? And that's what it comes down to at the end of the day.
Like I know we're gonna talk about this later, but I like Provodnikov more than I like Matthysse. But I just believe Matthysse has better footwork, a little bit more agile, and he's not gonna get hit as much in the fight. And I mean, Provodnikov trains in LA. I have access to Provodnikov, so I would tend to lean towards more Provodnikov, but the reality is Matthysse is better, and he won 115, 113, 115, 113. You know, majority decision. You know, so you know, but, it was a fun. How about this week of boxing though? You get to come down to LA.
Unbelievable,
you know,
Fred.
unbelievable, man.
We had a good time, man, and with your boy Al Heyman, just constantly throwing fights at us every time we turn around.
Keeping us employed, keeping us working.
Security.
Job security.
Thank
you, Al Heyman.
There you go. There you go. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. All right, man. You wanna finish, close off?
Yeah, but as I always support Dontae's Boxing Network. He's gonna take you all the way up to May 3rd, and don't forget, after May 3rd there will be more fights.
There will be more fights.
Boxing does not die after May 3rd. So May 3rd, and obviously go to boxing channels, and Dontae will put my channel and the address and the information box below. And I appreciate you guys.
Barbershop Conversations.
Barbershop Conversations. Yeah,
there it is. Check his channel out, y'all.
I appreciate it.
All right, thanks for your time, man.